we meet Leo, a shy but kind 12-year-old boy living on a space colony called Nova 12. In a world where everyone values strength, speed, and high-tech gadgets, Leo's kindness makes him stand out, though not always in a good way, on the far side of the galaxy, nestled within the glowing rings of Saturn's smallest moon. There was a space colony called Nova 12. It shimmered beneath a transparent sky dome that protected it from solar storms and meteor showers. Inside that dome, people bustled about in robotic suits. Hover carts zoomed across metal walkways, and machines hummed in harmony. Life on Nova 12 was fast, futuristic, and full of rules. Everyone was expected to be strong, smart, and efficient, but not everyone was like that. In a quiet neighborhood near the edge of the colony lived a 12-year-old boy named Leo. He wasn't the strongest in his class. He didn't have the fastest hoverboard or the newest gadgets. His robot assistant, Pip, was 3 models out of date and often got stuck, spinning in circles. Leo didn't care much about competitions or building laser towers or hacking puzzles. Like the other kids, what made Leo different was his heart. Leo cared. He noticed when someone looked lonely at lunch, or when a classmate got teased for having a broken. He always offered to help carry things, even if they were heavy. And when his teacher got flustered with her new hologram projector, Leo didn't laugh. He quietly walked up and helped reset it with a gentle smile. People didn't always appreciate that about him. "Why are you always helping everyone?" asked Dax, one of the top students in his class, during hoverball practice. "It's not like kindness will get you on the team." Leo just shrugged, because it makes people feel better. "Isn't that important too?" Dax rolled his eyes. "Not on Nova 12. You need skills, speed, strength, tech." Even some adults didn't know what to make of Leo. They thought he was soft, too gentle for life on a space colony where danger could strike at any moment. His parents, though, always told him the same thing: kindness is a strength. "Leo, just because others can't see it right away doesn't mean it's not powerful." Leo believed them. Still, it wasn't always easy. Sometimes, when he helped someone and they ignored him, or when he stood up for someone and got laughed at, Leo wondered if maybe he was just ... different in the wrong way. One afternoon, as the 2 suns over Nova 12 were beginning to set, turning the dome sky into brilliant streaks of orange and violet, Leo sat on a bench in the learning garden. He was feeding tiny sparklefish in the gravity pond, watching them swirl in playful loops, when he heard a quiet sniffle behind a tree pod. It was Maya, a younger student who had just transferred from another colony. She sat alone, hugging her knees, eyes red from crying Dot. Leo didn't hesitate. He walked over slowly, careful not to scare her. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked gently. Maya looked up and quickly wiped her eyes. "I'm fine," she whispered. Leo sat next to her, but didn't say anything right away. He simply offered her a small, star-shaped cookie from his lunch pouch. She looked at it, then at him. "It has glitter sugar," he said, smiling. "It's my favorite." Maya took the cookie slowly and nibbled on the edge. "Do you miss your old home?" Leo asked quietly. Maya nodded. "My family moved here too when I was your age," Leo said. "It felt weird at first, like I didn't belong. But it gets better. And if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here." For the first time that day, Maya smiled. In that moment, something changed. Not with Leo, but with the air around him. Something invisible, but real. A warmth, a light, a quiet power, like a spark waiting to grow. And the stars above Nova 12 watched closely. Because the universe, as vast as it was, always paid attention to kindness. Life on Nova 12 continued as usual for the next few weeks. The machines hummed. The hover trains zipped from dome to dome, and people hurried about their busy routines. Leo still spent his time helping classmates and looking after the younger kids, especially Maya, who now followed him everywhere like a loyal moonshadow. Most days were quiet and peaceful until one wasn't. It started with a strange vibration underfoot. Leo felt it during a science lesson, as the floor beneath his desk gave a soft shudder, like the colony had hiccuped. A few students noticed and giggled, but the teacher waved it off. "Just minor gravitational adjustments," she said. But Leo wasn't so sure. An hour later, while helping clean up after class, he saw something odd. A tiny crack in the wall of the sky dome, near the top, just a hairline, split like a lightning scar. He stared at it for a long time. Was it new? Had it always been there? That evening, as the suns dipped behind the icy rings, the entire colony trembled again, harder this time. Alarms blared. The sky dome flickered, its holographic panels glitching with sparks. A deep warning voice echoed through the corridors. "Atmospheric breach detected. All citizens proceed to safety zones immediately." Panic erupted. Families rushed through the walkways. Drones swarmed to guide people into shelters. The hum of fear filled the air like static. Kids cried. Robots barked instructions. Lights flashed red. Leo was in the main garden dome when it happened. He had gone there with Maya and a few of her classmates to show them the singing crystals, plants that glowed and hummed when touched. They were giggling and playing when the warning rang out. The grown-ups near them started running. Some parents grabbed their kids, others shouted orders. One robot assistant bumped into a tree and toppled over. In the chaos, Maya froze. "Leo," she whispered, "what's happening?" Leo looked up. The sky dome's ceiling now had several cracks, faint but growing, like spiderwebs of glass. Emergency drones zipped overhead, sealing some with patches. But others kept spreading. "We have to go," Leo said, grabbing Maya's hand. But then he saw little Junoa, 4-year-old from the playgroup alone, and crying near the crystal pond. Everyone was running past her. No one noticed. Leo didn't think twice. He turned to Maya. "Stay right here. Hold on to that rail. I'll be back." She nodded, clutching the handrail with trembling fingers. Leo ran across the garden, dodging panicked colonists and stumbling robots. He reached Juno, knelt beside her, and spoke softly. "Hey, I'm Leo. You're gonna be okay. Want to come with me?" She nodded, tears dripping from her chin. Leo picked her up and hurried back toward Maya. A section of the dome above them gave a loud crack. A chunk of the outer shield broke loose. Emergency shutters began sliding into place. They had seconds. Leo reached Maya, took her hand, and ran. He didn't care that his feet hurt or that alarms screamed in his ears. He focused on keeping the kids safe. When the shelter door appeared, guarded by 2 drone sentries, Leo shouted, "3 kids, let us in." The drones scanned him and stepped aside. The heavy door hissed open, and Leo rushed in with Maya and Juno. Inside, the room was crowded and tense, filled with worried faces. A medic took Juno from him, gently, thanking him. Maya held his arm tightly. "Leo," she whispered, eyes wide. You weren't even scared." Leo smiled, a little breathless. "I was scared, but I had to help." In the corner of the room, a commander watched him quietly. Others had pushed and shouted, panicked and ran. But this boy, he had run toward the danger. The Sky Dome would be repaired in time, and the crisis would pass. But something new was beginning to stir in the hearts of the people. On Nova-12, they were beginning to see that maybe kindness was a superpower after all. Week after the Sky Dome incident, things had mostly returned to normal on Nova-12. The engineers patched the cracks. The alarm systems were upgraded, and the emergency drills became more frequent. But for Leo, something had changed, not just around him, but inside him. People looked at him differently now. When he walked through the colony corridors, adults nodded with quiet respect. Kids waved and smiled. Even Dax, who used to tease him, simply gave him a small pat on the shoulder during practice. Leo didn't feel like a hero. He'd only done what felt right. One evening, while everyone else was asleep, Leo couldn't rest. Something tugged at his chest like an invisible thread, pulling him toward the edge of the colony. Slipping on his soft boots and jacket, he whispered to Pip, his clumsy robot assistant, "Let's go for a walk." Pip beeped uncertainly. "Authorization required. Night patrol is restricted. I'll just be a few minutes," Leo whispered. "I have a feeling." Tone and hovered after him. The outer zone of Nova 12 was quiet and cold. Beyond the safety lights, only the stars shone above the sky dome. Leo stood near the old sensor tower, staring out at the dark, vast expanse of Saturn's rings. Then he saw it. A streak of blue light shot across the sky. Not a comet, not drone, something faster. It wobbled, sparked, and crashed silently just beyond the sensor range. Leo's eyes widened. "That wasn't a satellite," he said aloud. Pip buzzed nervously. "Object detected. Unknown life form may be present. Retreat advised." But Leo didn't move. No bigger than a hover car, sleek and glowing with strange blue patterns. Its surface shimmered like water under moonlight. Panels sparked softly, and a faint hum pulsed from inside. Then the door hissed open. Leo gasped and stepped back. From the ship emerged a figure tall and slender, cloaked in layers of iridescent fabric that shimmered like Saturn's rings. Her skin was pale blue, eyes glowing like twin stars. She stumbled, clutching her side. Leo didn't run. "Are you hurt?" he asked, taking a cautious step forward. The alien blinked at him, her expression unreadable. For a long moment, they just stared at each other. Pip hovered behind Leo, making small, worried noises. Then, in a soft, musical voice, the alien spoke. "You are not afraid." Leo shook his head. "You look scared. I think you crashed. Do you need help?" She looked at him for a long time, then nodded slowly. "I am Zara," she said. "From the planet I think did not expect kindness here." Leo raised an eyebrow. "Why not?" Zara's glowing eyes dimmed slightly. "Your world moves quickly. So many fear what they do not understand. But you are different." Leo stepped forward and offered his hand. "I'm Leo." Zara hesitated, then gently took his hand in hers. A small pulse of light passed between them, warm, calm, and peaceful. Leo felt it deep inside him, like his heart had smiled in that quiet moment. Beneath the cracked sky dome, and the swirling stars beyond. Two beings from different worlds stood together, bound not by power, or strength, or technology, but by something far greater: kindness. The days following Zara's arrival felt like something out of a dream. Leo secretly visited her each night, bringing food, packs, tools, and his old blanket. Even though she didn't seem to feel cold, she had managed to hide her ship beneath the silver dust in the crater, activating a cloaking field that shimmered like heat waves. No one else on Nova 12 knew she was there. At first, Leo was worried. If someone discovered her, they might panic, or worse. Nova 12 was a colony built on caution. Anything unknown was treated as a threat. But with every visit, Leo grew more certain that Zara wasn't dangerous. She was kind, calm, and wise. She spoke with quiet grace and listened with deep curiosity. Zara told him stories about her home planet, a world filled with floating gardens, oceans of light, and creatures who communicated through emotions instead of words. On Alari, kindness was not just encouraged, it was celebrated. Children were trained from a young age to understand empathy, to feel the world around them, and to care deeply for every life form, no matter how different. Our greatest leaders, Zara explained, one evening, are not the ones who build the strongest machines or fly the fastest ships. They are the ones who feel the pain of others and ease it. Leo listened wide-eyed. On Novi 12, people respect speed, logic, and tech. Kindness is kind of forgotten. Zara placed a hand gently over his heart. Then maybe you were born to help your world remember. That night, something incredible happened. Zara asked Leo to stand still and close his eyes. You already carry it inside you, she said. But now, let me help awaken it. Leo felt a soft warmth at his chest, like sunlight in the middle of winter. It pulsed once, then again stronger each time. He opened his eyes and gasped. Tiny glowing strands of golden light floated from his fingertips, dancing like fireflies. Around him, the air shimmered faintly, and a gentle hum filled the crater. It was as if his kindness had taken form, visible and alive. This, Zara said, is your gift. A kindness field. It reacts to emotion. It protects, heals, and even influences the hearts of others. Leo stood still, amazed. But how? Why me? Because your heart is open, she replied. You reached out to me, not with fear, but compassion. That choice awakened something powerful. The universe responds to kindness, Leo, always. Over the next few days, Leo practiced using his new gift in secret. When he focused on someone with love or empathy, the glowing field would expand slightly around him. When he calmed his own mind, it became stronger. Pip, his robot, even responded to its normally clunky circuits worked more smoothly when standing within the field. Mood enhancement protocols. Rising, Pip announced in confusion one day. Leo didn't tell anyone. Not yet, but he began. Using it quietly, he'd walk past a group of arguing students, and they'd suddenly pause, take deep breaths, and speak more kindly. When a teacher grew frustrated with a broken console, Leo placed his hand gently nearby. The machine flickered. Back to life. It wasn't magic. It wasn't flashy like laser shields or battle suits. But it worked the smallest, most powerful ways. Still, Zara warned him, "Your gift is rare, but it will draw attention. Not everyone will understand it. Some will fear it." Leo nodded, feeling the weight of what she meant. Then she said something that stayed with him long after the stars had risen. "The strongest superpower in the galaxy is not one that destroys. It is the one that heals, unites, and transforms." And Leo knew he had a responsibility now. Not just to Zara, not just to Nova 12, but to the very idea of what it meant to be powerful. It wasn't about force, it was about kindness. Leo stood at the edge of the colony's central plaza, his hands deep in his jacket pockets, watching the people of Nova 12 buzz around like circuits in a motherboard. Kids raced hoverboards along glowing tracks, traders shouted across market stalls, and engineers tinkered with repair drones. From the outside, it looked like a normal day, but Leo felt something strange in the air, like a low hum beneath the noise. It wasn't just his imagination. He sensed tension. It started when a security drone zipped overhead, broadcasting a warning message. Unidentified energy signatures detected near Sector 7. All citizens remain alert. Report any suspicious activity. Leo's stomach dropped. That was the crater where Zara's ship was hidden. He bolted, with Pip trailing behind. Leo weaved through alleys and access tunnels, heart pounding. When he reached the crater, Zara was already outside her ship, hurriedly working on a panel beneath. The hull, the cloaking field sputtered, flickering like a weak flame. "You have to go," she said quickly, not looking up. "They've picked up traces of tech." "If they find me..." "No," Leo interrupted, stepping in front of her. "We can still hide you." Zara shook her head. "There's no time, but it's not me they're really sensing." Leo frowned. "What do you mean?" Zara looked into his eyes. "It's you, Leo. The kindness field inside you, it's rare, powerful, and unshielded. It sends out a signal. They're reacting to your presence." Leo staggered back, bived. "Used it to help." "I know," Zara said gently. But in a place where power is feared, even peace can be seen as a threat. As if, on cue, a swarm of black drones descended from the sky, surrounding the crater with blinking red lights. 2 security bots hovered in their laser sensors, locked. On Zara and Leo, "Step away from the unidentified object," the lead drone ordered. "You are in violation of Galactic Protocol 9 to 12. Leo's hands trembled. "She's not a threat. She crash-landed here and just needs repairs. I helped her, that's all." But the drones didn't care. They moved in closer, activating containment fields. Zara looked at Leo, her voice calm but firm. "I'll surrender if I must. But you have to show them." Leo's heart pounded in his chest. He could feel the kindness field within him, beginning to pulse, responding to his fear, his courage, his belief that things didn't have to end in fear or violence. He stepped forward. "Stop," he shouted. "Just feel what I feel." He closed his eyes, placed his hands over his chest, and concentrated. Slowly, the golden field emerged, soft, glowing, warm. It expanded like sunlight across the crater, touching the drones, the guards. Even the ground itself, the air shimmered. The security bots froze in place. Their sensors dimmed slightly. One by one, the drones hovered lower, as if soothed by an invisible force. A low hum vibrated through the ground, not harsh but peaceful, like a lullaby for machines and minds alike. From above, Commander, the colony's highest-ranking official, arrived on his flight platform. He had sharp eyes, a stern face, and a metal arm. He stared at Leo. "What is this boy doing?" he asked coldly. A medic next to him whispered, "The field readings are stabilizing, calming. We've never seen anything like it." Leo opened his eyes and met gaze. "Kindness, that's all it is. That's all it's ever been. I'm not here to harm anyone. Neither is Zara. But you have to see that there's strength in peace, too." Didn't respond at first. Then, slowly, he stepped off the platform, walked toward Leo, and stood within the glow of the field. His eyes softened. For a long, quiet moment, no one spoke, then gave a single nod. Let them be. The drones powered down. The containment field vanished. And the entire colony of Nova 12, in that single moment, understood what Leo had known all along. Kindness wasn't weakness. It was power pure, real, and unstoppable.